Oh, these future clones. What's going to happen to them? Why are you showing me this? What are you going to do?
Tell me about Clone Force 99.
There we go. He wants to replicate that.
How many of these enhanced clones do you possess?
4 plus Echo.
5 are all that remain.
Concerning level of disobedience in disregard for orders.
A side effect of their mutation.
Okay, so it is true. They can't listen to it. But what about Crosshair?
A counter report filed by one of their own says the Padawan escaped.
Oh, Crosshair.
See where the loyalty of these clones truly lies.
Why are you like involved in it? You're just the medical assistant. Okay. You're clearly a main character, but I don't know what's going on with you.
I tried to warn you about Tarkin.
He's evil.
Imperial snake think he is?
Evil.
You got shot. It happens all the time.
Something's off with it. Come on. So is he like loyal to the Empire then? I don't like you.
That was quite an impressive display.
Drop dead.
Our new Empire may have methods which seem a bit unorthodox, but so does this squadron.
Don't you dare compare these guys to the Empire.
Alice speaks quite highly of her 5 enhanced clones. She claims you're more capable than an army.
Yeah, true.
We have tracked a group of insurgents to the Onderon.
Insurgents on Dawn.
What sort of insurgent?
Is it anyone we know?
Separatist forces. You will be looked upon most favorably as I assess the needs of the Imperial Army.
Hey, great. So, do you want a future in the Imperial Army? Can't you just retire? Can you just, like, leave? But you're dealing with Separatists. That's okay. That I can get behind. You're trying to get... not really. No, because even them... they've been, like... they've been used, and this is going to turn out to be, like, they're going to be good guys, aren't they?
Hunter!
Oh, no.
Told you to keep your distance.
I know, but I need to talk to you.
Why? What? You have intel.
I think he has it out for you. He doesn't like clones.
Obviously.
That's nothing new for us. But we get the job done.
So your intel just isn't that great?
It's nothing to worry about.
Then let me come with you.
No.
You're not a soldier. It's dangerous.
And a child. Then again, Anakin... No, because Anakin just flew in a ship. You don't have a pilot. What do you know? What are you good at?
Change takes getting used to. You'll see.
I mean, technically, you don't have a healer in your group and she's a medic, so maybe you could use her.
Never mind.
She's gonna stow away. She's gonna be on the ship. They wouldn't introduce her, have a quite prominent role for her to be missing for the whatever act we're going into now.
I guess kids aren't your area of expertise.
I don't... What is going on with Crosshair? I can't tell if it's the chip or it's just him and his personality. Does he like the Empire? Is he going along with this willingly? What is up with him? You're not on the ship. Okay, so you are going to be gone. What is this relationship? What?
I told you to stay close.
Are you kind to her? I don't trust you. Yeah, Omega. So that's clearly just a different pronunciation of Omega, which is kind of an interesting name. Omega, is that like the last letter in the Greek alphabet? What does that mean? There's clearly hints of stuff, and I'm just not going to be able to get it. Is this actually Separatists? I'll be surprised if it is. Either it's Separatists, and they're actually the good guys who are now turning into rebels who don't want the Empire, or they might be evil, but I doubt it. It might just not be Separatists entirely.
The Separatist encampment's 2 clicks south. We'll continue on foot and do a full perimeter scan.
All the Separatist leaders were called to Mustafar. This can't be them.
How many droids are we talking about, Tech?
No droids.
I can't tell from this distance. Something's blocking my scan.
There's something weird is here. What is that? I saw like a Twi'lek.
Clocking 25 heat signatures ahead, but 0 droids.
Yeah, there's Twi'leks. That ain't Separatist.
Insurgents, not droids.
Oh, come on, you.
There are children down there.
Tarkin is the worst.
Out here?
What are they? What's going on?
What are you waiting for? Give the order.
That is an old woman.
Stand down. What?
We're not blasting any droids.
No, there's no droids there.
So, what do we do?
Nothing.
We finished the mission.
What is going on with him?
Now stand down.
What? We did. Put the guns down. There's like the rebellion, maybe?
Stand down.
Could this be the rebellion?
Hear them out. Trust me.
No, he's got the chip. I don't like what's going on with you. They're not going to be happy seeing clones at all. And they're going to be put off because they're not like, they don't look like clones, only Echo does, but he looks very different to it. No, Echo's the closer one that looks like a clone. But the armor gives it away.
The Republic fighters.
Ah!
Because we refuse to fight for an empire.
Excellent.
You're Saw Gerrera.
Saw! Okay, he's back!
By Captain Rex and General Skywalker to fight for the Republic.
How's he doing? What's going on now with the whole sister situation?
The newly declared Empire sent you to wipe us out.
Yes, it did.
We're here to neutralize a group of insurgents.
Well,
You were lied to.
strike us down like you did the Jedi?
Is that a request?
Stop it!
Why don't you take a look at the insurgents you were sent to destroy?
Yep, just civilians. What are you gonna do? Because it's not like, you can't go back like this. Then again, you kind of have to, because that new main character's there.
Let's mobilize. Pack up the camp.
Okay, maybe, what can you like pretend you wipe them out? What can you do? But then eventually that's gonna get caught out, because they're obviously, I think they start the rebellion.
Displaced refugees, since Palpatine unjustly appointed himself Emperor.
Yep.
The Jedi made an attempt on the Supreme Chancellor's life.
Technically.
Actions were a defensive measure.
I hate that that works. They don't even know about the whole Sith thing, do they?
Rule over the entire galaxy unless we stop him.
The war is over.
Stop it.
If we give up now, everyone we lost will
Oh.
have been for nothing.
Yeah, remember your sister.
The Lone War may have ended. The Civil War is about to begin.
The Civil War.
You don't stand a chance.
Not alone, we don't.
Are you gonna try and recruit them?
We should leave if we're gonna make the rendezvous.
One day, Vic, you have more.
Clones once helped us free Onderon.
Yes, they did.
You can either adapt and survive or die with the past.
How's this gonna work? See, it feels abrupt for them. All that's changed for them is Tarkin's presence. Everything else is kind of relatively normal. They haven't really seen its effects. This is like the first time they've seen it. What are they gonna think? In Corsair, he's under, I'm gonna assume it's the chip. He's in control of the chip, so he cannot be trusted, and he'll probably just try and follow the orders, and he might take out the rest of the clones with him, or just doing that. And I'm not happy. What are you doing? They're gone? No? You can see them? Are you gonna turn back? What's happening? Returning back. Okay. What are you gonna do? Technically, you got rid of the insurgents because they left and they turned out to be refugees. But it's how on earth what is that? Great. So lying won't work. They've seen you. Now, what are you gonna do? So now you're gonna try and lie. Tarkin's gonna know the truth, and you will be killed.
Why are we debating this? We need to complete the mission.
Stop it.
I'm following orders.
Chip.
Exactly.
How none of you got this yet?
If you don't have the stomach to do what needs to be done, then you're not fit to lead.
See, I don't think it's completely the chip, though. Because if it was the chip, he would just be killing all the others. What that? Oh, and you shot the Imperial droid. That can't be good.
That is a probe droid.
Tarkin spying on us?
Mm-hmm. To make sure you don't lie.
Omega.
Wait.
She warned me about the mission. And Tarkin
Yeah?
said not to return to Camino, that it's not safe for us anymore.
Yeah? What are you gonna do then?
A state of heightened awareness is not unusual for an enhanced clone such as herself.
What?
Good one, Tech. You almost had me.
What did he say?
Nalase spoke of 5 clones. Tarkin assumed that meant us.
Yeah, but Echo.
Echoes a reg.
Oh!
The 5th is Omega.
See, what? What?
Confirmed my suspicions after analyzing her DNA while we were in the...
She's a clone! You made a female version of like Jango Fett.
I thought it was obvious.
How is it obvious?
Yeah, it's not.
We're going back for her.
Oh no. Oh, great.
Disobeying orders.
Someone whack him across the head.
Bad play, Hunter.
Can someone deal with him? Leave him here if you must. No, then I'll kill the civilians.
We're not leaving her there.
Okay, so what's her like? Is it just that she's like a girl? What's the change there? He said heightened sense of awareness. Is that what it is? Is she just like can see? Is she what is it? I feel is that empathy? Can she like see things more clearly? Is she like just aware of things more?
Detritus of little to no value.
I like it.
Explains why you're so pushy now that you wanted to get in with that group because you are one of them.
Is it this?
I'm always wondering. You said for them not to come back. Is that just so you could stick through their stuff, or because you think they're gone for good? Now you're just going through their room. Oh, so how long has it been since their little arc on in Clone Wars? Because now they've had like a lot of time with Echo now. So is he fully jabbed with the group? Just a droid head. Are he like fully jabbed with the group now? What is that?
Time to go.
Yep. Why go for the door? Hi, it's gonna. Ah, dude!
You're not authorized to be in here.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Pack up the gear and take it to the hangar. You're coming with me.
Oh no.
We are official Kamino.
Don't touch me.
Oh! Okay, the droid's gone. Oh no. Oh, this. Okay, what's gonna happen with her now? So she doesn't have a chip then. So or her heightened sense of awareness, maybe empathy or whatever, stops her from like the chip.
This is unusual. Bring us in. Find out what's going on.
Okay, so you've gone and more stuff is changing. This ain't gonna be good. This feels so ominous. I don't like this. It's just that there's no one else here. It's just these lot alone.
Split up. Find Omega. Meet back here at the ship.
You're gonna be like enemies number one. What's oh great giant doors opening. Who's gonna be on the other side? Is it gonna be clones or empty? There's stuff there, but no clones. It's like how quiet it is. It's a trap! You've gotta be kidding me. Oh great. They're just trying to eliminate you guys.
As expected.
Shut up. No, Tarkin's here. Why? I hate you so much.
Yes, the probe droid's report was quite detailed.
I hate you.
I assume you know the punishment for treason?
Treason?
Can you like kill him? I mean, it would break canon because he dies in the Death Star, but can you just get it over with now? I don't want to see his face anymore. Look at his awful face. Why can't you die? I hate that you have more story. Ugh. Why do you need to be reused again?
The plan wasn't a total failure.
What? You? Oh, okay, cool. All shoved in the same prison cell.
Not to come back.
Had to. We were looking for you.
Yeah. So did she know that she's part of the Bad Batch then, or did she just like?
Or you can stay on Camino if...
No, it's like I said before. I want to go with you.
Okay, cool. See, I'm still confused on what she thinks of herself. Does she think she's part of the group, or does she like just think she's different, and that's why she wants to be part of the group?
Don't you see we're
She-
locked up in here because of him?
Can she realize he's under the chip? Come on, awareness.
Orders was a problem.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Come on, please say there's a character whose superpower is to be aware of the annoying things that keeps going over people's heads. Oh, head hurts. Come on! You've got to be doing this, please.
You're angry.
How perceptive.
That's not that superpower.
I know what you're going to do. But please don't.
She knows.
I know it's not your fault.
Okay.
You can't help it.
Okay, so he's gonna betray and she knows. Can you like tell them in advance? That'd be very helpful.
We stay together.
Oh, no.
Stand down.
Do they know his chip has gone off? Because they did the test. His chip went off. They would know. And he's gonna betray them. But she's forgiven him. It's kind of nice. Can she? Why shouldn't she just say now? Just say it. Say he's under control of the chip. He's not coming back. There we go. Here's going to be confirmation. He's under the chip. If she is perceptive enough, can she realise what's going on? Is that her superpower?
Bor's genetic mutations have altered much of his cranial activity.
Okay, and?
Yet he exhibited loyalty to the Empire during their mission.
Yeah.
While the chip is not as active as his standard clones,
Hmm?
the Order does appear to be working.
Not as active. That means hope.
Intensify the programming.
No.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Proceed.
No, I hate you. And you're doing it now. Okay, so you're just going to... That's going to mess him up. That's just awful. He's not a machine. And giant red needles. Great. What are you doing? Electric, please don't impaling. Okay. At least it's not impaling and needlework. Great. But this is awful. This is the worst. I hate this so much. Is that going to mess with his superpower or anything else? Is that going to... I hate his smile. Why can he not... Wait, no. Can we at least have him suffer, please? If he's going to live, I want him to suffer. Can he be in pain or something? It's just... I hate him, and I hate seeing him happy.
I've got it. Why didn't I think of it before?
He's under the control of the chip.
Not a prison.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
What do you got?
There were no barracks or prisons when it was constructed.
So what is it?
Because while these cells were retrofitted to hold normal individuals,
Not you lot.
could not possibly account for someone like Rekka.
Great.
You mean I could punch our way out?
Shut up.
Oh, right. You mean I could punch our...
It's gonna work like that. Ah, no.
Tell me when.
Now would be good. Oh no. Even when you can hear it, it's made of tin basically.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Try it again.
Just
A little hard.
insult his strength and try and prove himself.
Make it count.
Come on.
Okay.
Full force. Come on. Yes!
Oh, it still didn't work.
It did!
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Oh, is it a vent?
I'll never fit through that.
No, but the kid can.
But I was actually going to suggest
I'll do it.
Yep, excellent. Gotta prove herself, gotta be a part of the team.
Get to the console and hit the lever to lower the ray shield.
Okay, so already proving useful, good.
Incoming.
No, they're gonna lower the ray shield, aren't they? And they're gonna shoot you.
You tell us. Harm her and you're a dead man.
Ah, only being protective of her. Can you drop the thing on them? Oh, yep, okay, no choice.
Girl's still registered in lockdown.
And two on them. Yes, excellent. That's gonna be so loud. Hurry! Move the thing. And is it open? Switch to the thing. Is it open? Yes. Excellent. What came off his head? Was that dust or blood? Particles came off his head. That'd be awesome if it was blood, but I doubt it.
Not bad.
Oh.
Find out where they took Crosshair.
No, they're going for Crosshair. This is a disaster. So, they're gonna find him and he's gonna be completely under the control of the stuff. He's done. He's done. Just leave. Of course they can't leave because they are kind of a family. It's literally copying him.
They started moving all your things to the hangar. Your gear might be there too.
Okay, good. Intel, great. Better intel than last time. Oh, your ship too? They really just... Why is everything here? That feels like a bad thing. Maybe it's to destroy it all. Don't trust everything. Okay, stuff is here. Why would they put everything into one room unless it was planned to maybe incinerate it all?
No. Where is it? Where is it?
As what?
Gotta be here somewhere.
Oh, that guy has a little teddy bear. He's just a big kid.
Rest of us will go after Crosshair.
Don't go after Crosshair. He's not going to come with you. Come on, are you super aware of things? You must be super aware of things. Your superpower is just being thoughtful. Oh, and okay, at least you don't have to go anywhere. And he's under their complete control.
Crosshair?
Yep. New suit. What's going on? Yeah. I mean, it's quite obvious you'd be the one to turn or do something evil because you just look evil in general. Or you just look dark. Slender face, grey hair. It's the aesthetic you give off.
Make it easy on yourself.
Plus your voice sounds evil too.
You disobeyed order.
And here we go. He's on to the same page as all the clones from the Clone Wars final.
Now surrender.
This is the worst. Okay, you all suited up. You're good. He's gonna start shooting. And he has super sight and he can lock on. He's an insane person to have as a villain. He can shoot knives into robots. Just standing there menacingly. Come on, do something. I don't like the tension. You're building it well, but it's cool. I need something to happen. Ah, great. I mean, it's good and bad. You lot know his weaknesses, but he also knows all of yours. Wait, who threw that? I didn't see. That could help with the whole... No, he has thermal vision, of course. You need something to obscure his sight. And I guess take out the thermal vision thing. You need like a flash grenade or something. Okay, cool. Smoke gone. Throw him. Great. Ah, woo, you get... No, you'll be fine. Can't. First episode, back up. There's no way they'd kill someone. No, please.
Almost got it.
See, no, he's gonna shoot the engine.
Seal the bay doors.
No, he's not. Okay. See, he's very cool to have as a villain. Having someone this powerful, not just like Tarkin or someone. You gotta figure a way out around this guy. What's happening? What are you gonna do? What the?
Someone's overriding the controls.
Who's overriding it? What? Who's doing what?
Head for that ramp and don't stop. Got it? Echo. We go for Wrecker.
Come on, please, hurry! Come on, I need some kind of like first episode. This is intense. This is good.
Go!
Okay, come on, just confuse him. Give him a lot to shoot at. Okay, go, get on the thing. Okay, got one. Oh no, she's gonna get a gun. She's gonna get shot. Why can't you just run? No, you're gonna shoot for that. Okay, she's gonna do it. She got it. Okay, very good. Surprising, your aim is that great. New. Okay, maybe not that great. Just get in the thing. Get in the ship. Go, leave now. Get in the. Close the door. Hopeful music. Come on, let's go. And away with you. That was surprisingly good aim for someone who's never shot a gun before. Oh, I hate this that he's like turned. You should be an incredible villain. What are you doing? I almost have hope for you. Maybe she was the one. We get more on you. Maybe you let them go.
The inhibitor chip augmentation was a success. However,
What side do you want?
the remaining clones of Squad 99 have escaped,
Okay.
along with Omega.
Okay, so you are bad.
Until the Empire's intentions are made clear, say nothing.
Okay, so you're independent right now. You're not part with the Empire. You're on your own sort of thing. Do you care about Omega? Did you let them leave? There was a slight scene where you had like a red line on the monitor. Was that you blocking them from overriding? Were you overriding the door? Did you let them leave? If that does, could make me like you a whole lot more than I do right now.
Is this what you were looking for?
No.
Found my Lola!
Ah! Okay, so just superpower is making, understanding people, and it's empathy and just being thoughtful. What's she do? She's going to controls. What's she do? Oh, she's looking at stars. Don't push buttons. Just look at the stars. She's never been up here before, has she? What's she doing? We don't know anything about her. This is nice. This is like a cool little scene. It's calm. It's relaxing. It's.
Your first time in space?
First time anywhere.
There's like, was Luke in space before? I don't. Well, yeah, it is similar to like Luke's experience. Like, it's rare that we see a Star Wars character go into space for the first time. It's very natural to everyone.
Blaster before. I guess I got lucky.
Got lucky. The fact that they said that she got lucky is making me think there's more to it.
What about your friends? Could any of them help us?
What friends?
It would be a short list.
Yeah, okay, great.
I can think of one.
What?
Blood, of course, for J-19.
Jane.
J-19?
Is this Saul?
We know a guy.
I'm trying to think what was happened in that episode. It was Rex. Are they going to Rex? Maybe? No, because I would think he's turned to 2. So who is it? Okay, building up, come on. Yep, amazing. Oh, that's a cool shot, having it reflected in her eyes. And gone. Okay, awesome. Abrupt ending, but cool. Okay, that was an awesome introduction to the Bad Batch. I think that set the tone very well for what we're about to experience. It has that, you had the light stuff, you had the levity, you also have mystery around this new character. So they managed to create a female version of Jango Fett. Not sure how possible that is in the realm of just reality and being able to do things like that. Yeah, so we found out her power is being super sort of thoughtful and aware. So she's super aware of things. She was able to realize that Crosshair was under the influence of the chip way before all of them. They were just arguing with him. She actually realized he was under the control and didn't blame him for it. So that's got to be sort of empathetic. She understands things. So her character plays a lot on emotion, clearly. And then you also have the fact that she shot the blaster and hit the thing perfectly. That is concerning to me because it's very convenient. It doesn't, having a new character who, especially a child who's had no training, be able to do that immediately. They brush it off as lucky. The fact that they mentioned it makes me think it's going to be brought up again. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. I'm guessing that the whole lucky shtick was cover for something. She's got something going on. There's a reason other than just luck that she was able to hit dead on Crosshairs. She had great aim. There must be something else to her than just having like super feelings. It almost makes me think, because yeah, that's basically Crosshair's power, that he's able to do that sort of thing. So she's already, if that is part of her weirdness, does that mean she has other powers that might overlap with everyone else's? Is she maybe a combination of all of them? Omega makes me feel weird. You have Alpha, Omega. Omega's the last of the Greek alphabet, is the end. So maybe she was the final. So I'm guessing, yeah, she would have to be the final of the Bad Batch. Maybe that was her attempt at trying to shove as many superpowers in one person as possible. I don't know, because yeah, it's overlapped. She has super sight, and so she was able to hit Crosshair perfectly without any training whatsoever, and super feeling. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if she has like super strength or tech stuff. We know that she hasn't got the whole Echo thing, because he's an outlier to all this. We'll have to wait and see if she's got super tracking. Yeah, she's definitely weird, and she's set up a good mystery part of this. As for the actual main Bad Batch crew, absolutely love them. They feel just as the same as they did during the Clone Wars arc, and it's a shame that like Crosshair is now evil, because I did really like his scenes and like his banter with Wrecker especially. So now, I mean, he's not evil, it's not his choice, but maybe, hopefully they'll be able to save him, because we know it's possible now, thanks to Rex. But of course, he has alterations with the genetics and just the whole weird thing trying to make the chip stronger. So that's a bad thing in itself. But maybe they can save him. I don't know. But I think going forward, he's going to be a great antagonist. He clearly looks the part. And his power, his like skill, it's going to be very cool to watch. Like he got such an amazing scene with the whole bouncing a laser off the walls and taking out a whole load of droids. And now to this one where he shot a knife into another droid. So he's going to be very difficult to deal with, and I love that all the rest don't really have something to deal with that. They're all sort of close range stuff. Hunter, he's got the knife. Wrecker, he is, of course, punching stuff. Tech is techie, and Echo's machines. Crosshair was really their only, like, long-range person. So he's going to be a complete pain to deal with, and I'm going to enjoy watching them try and figure that out. Then I think another big part of this episode was just getting to see Order 66 again. So we've gotten to see sort of the clones' perspective on all that. So they don't really think something is off. Yet we know that they're basically living in a nightmare. It's horrifying what they're going through. So the actual clones that we know are trapped basically in their mind behind this order. So they are conscious of what they are doing, but they have no control over it. The chip is controlling all of their movements, all of their thoughts and speech, and yet they are just trapped, unable to do anything, and they're just completely conscious of all the horror they're bringing. It's painful to see like how normal it seems, because we know that they're just dying inside, and yet the chip is basically puppeting them around, forcing them all to do this and act in this way. They have no free will anymore. But yeah, we also got to meet 2 new Jedi. We saw them before. I'm sure it was them. They were in the Tales of the Jedi episode with Ahsoka's training, where we learned that Anakin's basically preparing her to fight the clones. And it was them, and the one got away. So that is Ahsoka, Kenobi, and Yoda, and that kid that we now know that has escaped Order 66. Actually, we don't really know where he went. He's just stuck on the snow planet. So he's somewhere there. But they gave him a lot of focus. I'm assuming he'll come back at some point, because it seems rare for a Jedi to survive. So I'm assuming he's going to have some more story behind him. Because why would you have this entire order that's going to wipe out all the Jedi, and you're letting one live just to not do anything with them? I would assume he's going to come back in some capacity. But yeah, I think, again, I just really love the use of sound in this. I think the first one was just hearing the Master Jedi screams as the young one was running away. That was done really well. Then, of course, you have all these subtle, like, the clicks of the guns, the fabrics of meshing when their gloves are moving around the triggers. All of that, I love it. And then you hear footsteps, and I just love how immersive that all feels. And of course you have Saul come back, Saul Guerrero. So he's back from that whole thing with his sister. So he's still, I'm curious to see where he's going to go. Looks like he's doing well. Losing the sister, I feel, might lead to some self-blame and self-destruction on his part, because it's his sister, and he did definitely blame himself, and that's always going to just lead to a bad road. But it seems like he's still good. He's still fighting the Empire, and he's still on the good side. So that's great to see. And I think it was just brought back. So it seems like they are going to bring back other characters. Of course, Tarkin's back. Hate him. But hopefully they'll bring back more from Clone Wars, and we'll get to see what's going on. Because now we know the Bad Batch are going to meet a friend, and we don't know any of their friends. So that could be either a connection to someone that we didn't know they were connected with, or it could be a new character entirely. So that'll be interesting to see. Okay, to start off with, I think that was a great first episode to this show. And I do like that it was basically a movie. That was 70-something minutes long, which is nice that, because Clone Wars had a movie to begin with as well. And now Bad Batch has one too. So that's a nice sort of continuation. And I think Order 66 definitely deserves to have that much screen time focused to it, and just to see how everything falls out after that. And it's also cool just to see like how the Empire's sort of replacing thing and how gradual it is. They're definitely going into detail on how sort of what things need to be done, how it's affecting people, and just the immediate repercussions of everything going on right now. Plus, I did like the title card where like the Clone Wars symbol burned away and you had the Bad Batch there. As much as I don't like that we've left Clone Wars now, it's cool that they've sort of done that, because yeah, Clone Wars is gone, and now we are in this new sort of time era thing. The Bad Batch themselves, I think, are some really good characters, and they're just really sort of fun to watch. They're definitely what allows them to do things other clones don't is just, I think, just having them here instead, because this show is obviously to have a clone show, and I think that's quite a cool concept to have, but their sort of their individualism is what allows it to work. If you had like a show of maybe Rex, Jesse, Echo like before, and like just regular clones, I don't think it would have worked as well just from like a visual standpoint, because everyone does look the same. Here, it does work better because you have a bunch of different clones and their personalities are just that drastically different. And what they're able to do is so different as well. No hate towards the regular clones, absolutely love them. Just from having a show work, this definitely, it does allow, I guess, for more focus to be put on a clone-centered show when you have more different characters. I also really like that basically the colour scheme of this whole show feels very grey and dull. It feels darker than the Clone Wars did. Clone Wars had a bunch of colours. It felt light and uplifting. Even the start of the episode, where it's meant to be snowy and you're in a natural environment, it's very sort of monotone. You have the whites and, I guess, the black rock. And you have that, it's the contrast. It feels so different to Clone Wars, which was just full of colour. And now as the Empire's ushered in a new era, it's basically sucked the life out of the galaxy. And I love how they're sort of representing that. Yeah, even in the other scene that we had where it was actually in a natural environment with Saul, it was still very dark and it felt still like the color had been drained from it. And that is because we're in the new sort of timeline we're in the new period of time. So I'm interested to see how that will continue, because I feel like that in itself is a cool detail to have, but I don't know how long that should last in a sense, because I don't know how long that aesthetic will continue, because I feel since the show's like 3 seasons, I don't know how, because it can be very draining if you're watching things so dark and dreary for a long time. And what's the target audience for this show? Would it be the same as Clone Wars, still aimed at kids and stuff, but still with an elevated storyline? So because if it is still targeted at kids, I would expect sort of some more lighter scenes to show up, maybe some more light environments, more colourful and vivid. If it's going to stay sort of targeted to adults, I think keeping the aesthetic it currently has is fine, but I think it will get a little draining if this continues for 3 seasons. But I do like the detail that they've kept it sort of is to represent the Empire coming in. They want to have less life, less colour, and the Empire come in and has killed everything. The Bad Batch crew themselves has always seemed sort of interesting, because they are almost a family within a family. You have the clones who's always presented as this giant brotherhood. Everyone sort of knows everyone, they all got along as family. Yet the Bad Batch have their own little thing inside all of that. They're brothers, but they seem closer than regular clones, because I guess they've been shunned by all the other regular ones. So I feel like this show's definitely going to have a fun dynamic with them dealing with the whole Crosshair thing, and now Omega. So they've lost one of their family members and gained a new one. And that is just going to be... It's going to be cool to see how that plays out and how sort of the dynamic shifts around it. Because they technically got a sister. And that's so weird to think that there's like a girl clone among all of this now. For so long, it's all been like a brotherhood. And now you bring in a sister. Now, as for the focus on this one, Crosshair definitely got the most focus, I'd say. That with Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, and Echo. I feel like this one, they were along for the ride. Hopefully, we'll get more focus on them soon. But yeah, this was definitely Hunter and Crosshair's episode, them just dealing with the conflict that was going on, trying to deal with like their arguments and their own internal conflict with what to do about the Jedi and that sort of thing. So it does make me wonder how that's going to be resolved. Hoping that Crosshair can be fixed, because I think he's just such a cool character in general. His abilities are amazing to watch, and I wonder if there's any other like Star Wars character that's that good a shot that they're able to fire at a knife to go into a droid. That was insane. And I feel like it's cool for him as a villain, but I don't want him to be sort of wasted like that, because there's always going to be some confrontation coming. I'd assume maybe a final fight with Echo is where this season is going. Yeah, what are their goal here? We don't know their goal of this. They're just trying to figure out what to do now. They cannot stay on Camino. The clones have turned against them. Where are they going? So yeah, I feel like the immediate threat is dealing with Crosshair. He's their family. They can't just let him, like, they can't just leave him on Camino to serve under the Empire. They're gonna save him. That's what's gonna happen. I think a fight scene between their amazing I just think a fight scene between their amazing abilities is going to be so cool to watch. Now, Omega's definitely a very interesting character. So, first off, she's named after the last letter of the Greek alphabet. That must be important. And then you have the whole thing where she is actually a Bad Batcher, where she was intentionally given a mutation. Do we know if we know they were intentionally given a mutation, but was the desired outcome what they wanted? Or was it accidental? Did they just shove in, say, that one's going to get a mutation, when they grow up we'll see what it is? Is that what it is? Or when they gave them the mutation, did they know what it would result in? Were they intending to make a female clone? What was that? And if so, what is like the purpose there? And then, of course, you have the super awareness and the, I guess, empathy thing and the sharp shooting thing. I'm certain that's going to be built on more. It cannot just be luck that she was able to shoot from quite a distance, Crosshair's gun, like not even Crosshair, his gun, and with zero training or like experience shooting at all. So that's got to be brought up again and explored more. So she's definitely got some mystery around her. She's definitely something bigger than what we know right now. Yeah, I do think her storyline is quite sweet at the minute. She's constantly felt out of place. Don't actually know if she knows she was a Bad Batcher from the start. All we know right now is the Camino's made her. She must have known she was a clone. Oh no, of course she would know she's a Bad Batcher. She would know she's a clone. And then she was just brought up with the Caminos. She would feel out of place among the Kaminoans and getting to see all her brothers around, then getting to see the Bad Batch and just have them sort of be weird and be like her. And that's quite cool that she's always had that relationship with them but never actually spoken to them. Having her be so forceful makes so much sense now, because she's probably seen them a lot, watched them, and sort of idolized, I guess, being around them, considering the Kaminoans probably weren't that kind to her, the rest of the clones probably weren't that kind. So I think her story is just quite sweet. It'll be interesting to see where they go, because they're all the, like, Bad Batches come off as so naturally being connected and a family. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she sort of mixes in with their crowd, because they're all brothers. How is it going to be if with them like bringing a sister along with them? How are they going to change the way they like act and adapt? Because their room was disgusting. I don't know if she'll fit in with that, or like what's going to happen there. And again, she's a child, so they're going to have to look after a child as well, which is a whole nother thing to add to this list of changes. And I think it's just going to be fun to try and watch them adapt to this new like family member. As for the storyline we've gotten so far, it seems quite interesting. I'm not sure where it could go. It's very open-ended, because like the Clone Wars, we always knew where that was going. Here, it's just so open. You have the aftermath of the Clone Wars. I don't know if the whole entire show will be centered around how they deal with the Empire, but I'm assuming that'll be a very big part of it. Order 66 is going to... It feels like it's huge at the minute, but that's going to be diminished quite soon. I doubt... Would their entire goal be trying to save the clones and trying to save them from Order 66? Because I doubt that is like would work. It's such a big and final thing. I don't know if I'd want them to sort of change that in a way, because it is just so impactful. If it has like that sort of ending, I'm not sure. But yeah, so now they are on the run from Kamino. Well, are they on the run? We'll have to see. The Kaminoans definitely seem interested in Omega, so they're probably going to go after them just to try and get her back. You also have Crosshair, so yeah, they're on the run. They're trying to find help, and they're trying to, I guess at the minute, they're just trying to stay alive. There isn't really a goal set in place. If anything, it's about getting Crosshair back, because he is a member of the family. They wouldn't let him go. So I wonder what the larger story is of this entire thing. Like, what is the goal here? I don't think we were given any hints in this episode. I wonder if we'll get some soon. Because, this one, it really wasn't a lot of foreshadowing. Which I kind of like. They just dealt with everything in the moment. And I liked how sort of impactful every single scene was. Nothing was wasted. So yeah, they're going to find their friend for help. And from there, like, what are they meant to do? They can't really fight the Empire. That would be ridiculous. The only course of action may be setting up the rebellion and trying to do that whole thing. We've seen a bit of it with Saw, because we don't really know where it starts, but that would be cool to see how it actually starts. So Saw's like immediate trying to get sort of people... He's immediately fighting against the Empire, or starting in something against the Empire. Probably isn't a full-scale rebellion, but he's still against them. That's cool. And he's helping refugees. So you have a little bit of something. But like, what is the Bad Batch's goal? Because we know in the large scale, it's the Empire versus the Rebellion. What are the Bad Batch meant to do? Do they join the Rebellion? We know Ahsoka's gone there. So is that where like the good characters are moving to? Yeah, I think it'd just be interesting to see like what happens next episode, if any seeds are planted for where this could go. Because we know their motivation is just to stay alive right now. We don't really know the main story of what's going on. And I kind of like that mystery to it. The first episode gave us a good sort of feel for what the rest of the season is going to be. And to find out what actually happens, you want to watch the rest of the show to see where this all can go. Because it seems very sort of final, and it feels quite small, which I like. It feels small and condensed. Clone Wars was, of course, very large. You had Palpatine, Anakin, Chosen One, and now we're going to Clones and the Bad Batch, and it feels that nice. I almost feel lost and trying to consider like what the impact is going to be, because it can't be huge like Clone Wars. It's going to be small. And I think it's going to be cool to see where that will line up. Now, also the Kaminoans set up something interesting. They are not completely on the side of the Empire. That is cool, and they're doing sort of secretive stuff about that. They told not to tell anyone about, I guess, Omega thing. Can't remember exactly what they said. I just know they're being secretive. So they're not telling Tark and everything. And because their whole clone thing, they were science-driven people. The fact that their clone thing is in jeopardy, that they won't actually be able to continue that's going to put them at odds with the Empire. That is cool. That we're going to have a planet sort of, I guess, feel tension between that. And so that'll be interesting to see how, I guess, the Empire resolves it. That might make me think differently about the, like, Kaminoans, because right now I'm really not a fan of them. Yes, they made the clones, but they're just so cold and uncaring, especially with how they treated Fives and Tup. And I'm almost a little hopeful. We had one tiny scene where, I think it's Nala Se, she was chief scientist, so I'm assuming that's the same person. You had her with the screen on the monitor, basically, yeah, because it wasn't explained why the door stayed open and why it was being overridden and why they couldn't close it. Got to assume that was her doing. She wanted Omega to escape. I'm assuming maybe the clones would have killed her, so that means they want her alive. So there's definitely some friction and some conflict there, and that has made me quite happy with them. If it turns out Nala Se is kind of caring towards Omega in some regard and not just an asset, I'll be very happy. But the fact that they're going against the Empire in this way has just got me very interested, and I want them to be sort of better than they are. So if this leads to them improving, that would be great. But yeah, lastly, of course, you have Tarkin returning. Absolutely hate that man. He is the worst thing ever. And it pains me so much that he can't die sooner. We know he dies on the Death Star. And it's like, there's nothing that can be done for him. It's going to be so annoying if he has a lovely, like, sort of nice life up until then. Because in that movie, he seemed kind of fine. He seemed in good health. It didn't seem like he was suffering in any way. And that just bugs me. Is he just going to have a joyride from now until his death? Which I want him to suffer. I want to see some kind of good thing for me to happen to him. I want to see maybe a gunshot wound, something. I don't want him to be happy and carefree. Then again, I do got to give it to the writers of the show. They've managed to make a character that I've loathed with my entire being. And it's like, it's impressive how they've been able to write that so well. Because now I'm going to keep watching just to see if he has like a bad fate. And that's another pull to the show for me. Yeah, kind of hoping he's going to have this is kind of interesting that this show is probably going to give him like quite a main presence. Because he is a main Star Wars character. He's big up in the Empire. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. So I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and just let him do his thing, knowing and being confident in the fact that he's going to die in the Death Star. So I just got to look forward to that. Yeah, overall, I think this is a great start to the show. They did a lot. They've introduced a lot. We sort of know where the plot can go now. And I think the tone they've set up is great. It feels darker than Clone Wars. It still feels like the same vibe of it all. We got to see 2 Jedi before one died. And we got to see the clones again. And we got to keep that banter, which I really like from Clone Wars. So yeah, I like how this is setting up this show. But yeah, with that said, that does bring us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one for episode 2. See ya!